Well, the general plan is probably the most paramount land use document that Washington City uses. It really governs everything that flows after that with regards to uses and land designations and how the city will really grow and develop.
It's a basis that allows people to kind of, when they're looking to do projects and development, they can at least go to it and find out generally what's acceptable in a particular area. It kind of breaks the city up into different districts, designations we call them, and whether it be commercial, industrial, and different types of residential. Kind of gives the goals and objectives of what the people, when that general plan was put together, want to see happen for the future. And it's all about planning for the future and what's possibilities. And your general plan is used so that people don't have to just kind of guess what they can do in an area. They can go to it and say, oh, this is kind of acceptable here. Now we can dig in a little deeper and find out what zoning is, etc. in the process.
It's a living document, so it really can be adjusted at any time. It's considered general for a reason, and that is that the policymakers have the ability to change the general plan throughout its lifespan. Now, usually we like to do a major revision of the general plan about every 5 to 10 years. If you're a fast-growing community like we are, we probably ought to do it a little sooner than we have done it, probably within the 5 to 8 years. If you're a little slower growing, you don't have to do it as often.
Well, generally you create it once, and if you never had one, you're going to have the initial first time. After that, they do updates. Now, some updates can be minor, fixing a few things, updating the maps, changing some specific areas in town that now a demand has changed. Say that 5 years ago they thought it might want to be a good place for residential. Now, because of the demand of just the market, it's looking like it might be best to turn it commercial.
Everyone, of course, is concerned about what kind of uses are going to go into their neighborhood, what's the home size is going to be like, where's commercial, where's industrial, where are all the different uses going to be in the city. And the general plan is the template by which it sets, generally speaking again, it sets the overall feel of where these uses and where these land developments are going to occur.
A comment I hear so often, that's not why what I thought that property should be. So if they think it needs to be something, that's why they need to get involved, because then it's their voice being heard. That's how general plans come about. You take a consensus of all the people through surveys, through public meetings, through open houses, and get input for what people want a particular area to be. They can choose what they want that to be. Now, is it 100% that that's the way it's going to go? No, the city council still has the final say, and sometimes, even though citizens may think that's the best, they have to look at the overall picture for the whole city, and they'll designate what they think is best with consultants' helps and other professionals that they use, staff, etc. So
the citizens would be concerned just to know how is the growth pattern out in Washington Fields or in the Green Springs area or Coral Canyon or downtown? What is anticipated to go in different areas? Certainly that's important to anybody who's wanting to live here because they want to know what's next door. Everybody wants to know what's next door. But also just from a citizen standpoint, to be able to look at your community and say, that makes sense to me that we would grow and develop in these areas, in these locations. So I think it has a big impact upon our citizens. This is their community, and giving them an opportunity to have this input and to help guide the direction this community is going, and not only in its uses, but in also the way it's designed, I think is very important.
Right now our survey is still open. We're going to take a lot of our data off of that survey. There will be a series of open houses coming up, and they'll be put out there for notice. They can still come and take a look at what we've gathered and what we're proposing, and still put input in that. And those will be made available. We'll just keep looking on our webpage, our Facebook page, etc. Those meetings will be coming up in the next few months. So I would definitely be looking for those and to attend those meetings, and they can still put their thoughts and concerns in there.
Well, first of all, we're a city that has been very attractive to people. We're one of the fastest growing, at least percentage-wise, of cities in the state of Utah. Certainly a lot of that has to do with our wonderful climate and our location. But we really believe that the city, one of our objectives is that we are a city of choice. We believe that we've actually seen the fulfillment of that objective over the past 10 years. So we are attracting a lot of people. We're attracting somewhere about 1,500 new residents a year. And so that's rapid growth. That makes it difficult for us to be able to keep up with the infrastructure and the planning side of things. But it is important that we don't let that growth outpace our abilities to plan. And so I think the great part about our growing is the fact that we've all come to meet and know wonderful new people that have come to our area. And not only have they become good friends and good neighbors of ours, but they brought so much richness and depth to our community as well. So I think it's paramount that we continue to grow.